From the Forbes Cloud 100, I'm your host, Josh Matches, and I'm joined by Dave McJannet, the CEO of Hashicorp. Thank you so much for joining us, Dave.
Thanks for having us today.
So, Dave, could you tell us a little bit about Hashicorp?
Hashicorp makes a suite of products that address the challenges of interacting with cloud infrastructure. What that means is we actually have 6 distinct products, making us a bit of a difficult company to describe succinctly. But they're all in the realm of how people interface to cloud. Some examples are a product called Terraform, which provides a consistent way to provision infrastructure on Amazon, Azure, Google, or wherever it might be. Another really popular one is called Vault, which is a way to broker identity of machines connecting to each other across those different platforms. Another one is called Console, which is a way that companies do networking together across different cloud platforms. Taken together, many in the Global 2000 use our products as the basis for how they interface to cloud and how they ultimately deliver new applications onto Amazon, Azure, Google in a consistent way.
So, Dave, you have such an interesting career. Could you tell us a little bit about your journey, certainly to becoming CEO of Hashicorp, and a little bit about how Hashicorp has grown since you've become CEO?
I've been working in the world of infrastructure software and very specifically open source infrastructure software for longer than I'd like to admit. And I've also spent a number of time in different functions. So I spent years in product development, some in product marketing, some actually in finance. So I've sort of had a lens through the business building process for a number of companies in a bunch of different seats. I was part of the team behind Hortonworks, as well as at GitHub, as well as at a company that became Pivotal. So really, some of the bigger infrastructure companies of the past 15 years are ones that I've had the privilege to participate in. I moved to Hashicorp a little over 4 years ago, about 4.5 years ago. And at the time, we were about 30 people just getting started. Today, we're about 1,000 people, and we have the privilege of serving 8 of the Fortune 10 and literally hundreds of the Global 2000 as the way they interface to cloud. We really feel like we're just getting started.
Amazing. What does it mean to you and certainly to your team to be a part of the Forbes Cloud 100?
It's humbling that we've been fortunate. This is our second or third time on the list, and I think it speaks to both the sort of the profound transition to cloud that we're seeing, and how big of a move that is for the economy, frankly. And to be recognized among the key participants in that cloud transition is humbling for us. Reinforces the criticality of what we do, and I think what's probably most fun is as we've been doing this for a little while, we now look at the other companies on the Global 2000 and are particularly proud that our products are used by many, if not most of them, in their creation of their companies that are delivering infrastructure and applications on cloud. So it's a big moment for us.
Absolutely. Well, these times have been really crazy. With the pandemic, how have you guys supported not only your employees, but your customers during the pandemic?
We've been very fortunate in that we have been a remote company from our inception. Even though we have 1,000+ employees today, our orientation has always been remote. And there are really good reasons for why we did that. And I think some of them are becoming more obvious now as everyone has been forced to go remote. So we were fortunate in having a head start on that. But this has been difficult for our employees, for our customers, notwithstanding. I think the big thing on the people side has been just providing flexibility for folks. Understanding that, like me, they have kids at home and have to reconfigure their schedules to match the responsibilities that they have more broadly. Knowing that what we do is important for our customers, and it takes a long time to build these companies, and we're going to be at this a while. And so we've really tried to emphasize the flexibility bit. We've also, as a company, observed multiple mandatory days off. We've realized that people are actually not taking time for themselves. They're not taking time to recharge because of some of the constraints outside of their environments. And so we've been very deliberate about pushing our employees to do that, get involved in the way that they feel appropriate to them, and also utilize the flexibility of the schedules that are implicit in the remote model. On the customer side, I think it's not lost on us that our products are used by many of the applications that we are all relying on today to work remotely. You think about the modern applications that we use, they are built on cloud infrastructure, not surprisingly. So whether it be the telecommunications things we use, the collaboration tools we use, those are being run on cloud infrastructure, and by and large, our products are being used under the covers for those applications. And so we are cognizant of the responsibility and have been, working feverishly to keep our heads down to deliver for our customers. And you can actually see it in both the product downloads that we get every year. We've hit literally all-time highs of our product downloads over the last 6 months as the operators of cloud have become really, really busy. You've also seen just sort of enormous engagement with our support and success organization, who are now have probably doubled, if not tripled, the number of support challenges that they are faced with just because of the sheer volume of information that's flowing through our products. But this is something I think we've now largely logged as our new normal, and I think we've calibrated well. We're an adaptable group.
You guys certainly have. Since you were such an early adopter of remote work, are there technologies or ways of working that you think has made you a better company, especially through all of this?
There are certainly things that we do that make remote work easier. We are very, very reliant on the applications that we refer to as the underpinnings of our remote model, which are Zoom, Slack, Google Docs, Asana. Those are probably our key. So I think number one, it's around the application choices that we use to enable this sort of seamless sensation of people collaborating remotely. But number two, it's also a slightly different working model. It requires us to candidly write a lot more things down. It requires a much more of an asynchronous communication mechanism that's perhaps more comfortable for deep development than it is for marketing and sales. So I think that's another thing that's a challenge, is just having people sort of rationalize this very different operating model. But without the technologies that we use, all of whom run on cloud infrastructure, none of this would be possible. And we're certainly learning every day.
So Hashicorp continues to rise up the Cloud 100 list. What's next for you guys as you continue to grow and evolve the product?
So I think we understand who we are. We play this really foundational role for how people run infrastructure, whether that's the credit card you swipe or the stock you trade or whatever the application might be. We understand that that's what we do. That's what we do for our customers. We play this enabling role, kind of like the roads underneath the cars that drive on the highways, and that's what we are convicted about delivering on. That's interesting to us. We enjoy that knowledge that our products underpin so many of these applications that get the headlines, and we like that behind the scenes role. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing, keep delivering products that address the challenges of ops security and networking in the cloud era. We're going to keep adding more of the Global 2000 as commercial partners every quarter, and we are just going to continue to keep our head down doing the hard day-to-day work that it takes. We're particularly excited about some of the evolution of providing our products as hosted managed services, which we introduced earlier this year. And that is, given that our products are infrastructure, people generally like to run them themselves. But it's also become very, very clear, and I think this COVID dislocation has underscored that people would actually prefer us to run those products for them as managed services. And that's something we are going as fast as we can towards, and have been onboarding, candidly, many more customers than I anticipated to our managed services since we announced them. And that's what's next for us.
Very exciting. Well, Dave, thank you for providing this infrastructure, and congratulations again on the incredible Cloud 100. And we look forward to hopefully hearing from you guys again next year at the Cloud 100. Congratulations.
Very much.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. We hope to be in the same spot. Thank you.
Congrats.
Thanks.